So if the low energy, low IQ, seditious, disgraceful ex-president is looking for respite from the committee hearings, he's got another thing coming. Because tomorrow's episode number 7 at 1 p.m. in Washington basically promises to deliver yet more torture his way. You can see that pretty much all the planets are doing something that is difficult, unsavory, problematic. So you start with the Sun and Mercury transiting through the 12th house, which is where you don't want any planets, because if you've committed crimes, the 12th is the place of your crimes, and planets there will basically shine a light on them. But then the moon is even more symbolic, because as the hearings start, 5+ degrees Capricorn, by the time half hour passes, it locks into his Access Hollywood T-square and triggers those planets from the 6th being the place of his servants, who are basically his helpers, the people that work for him. You notice that what's been happening, and is what will happen tomorrow as well, is the people that have worked for him will be turning on him and basically telling on him. And then where Venus is in Gemini, right up there with his Sun, normally would be good, except that at this point in his life, at this point in his cycles, it is not good, because it triggers the Neptune in Pisces square that is currently operative, just stationed last month, and so that's not good either. The Neptune itself, of course, isn't good, hasn't been good in quite a while. It's basically the agent that he constantly uses to lie and gaslight and deceive, but now is coming back to haunt him. And then Saturn isn't good either, because Saturn continues to be on the other side of his Mars, Pluto is on the other side of his Venus opposing, so basically nothing here is helpful at all. Oh, and let's not forget, transiting Mars getting in on the action from the early degrees of Taurus, which then is just a day or two away from forming a semi-square to his Sun in one direction and a sesquiquadrate to the Moon in the other, guaranteeing the post-hearings rage that I'm sure he's going through as more and more material is revealed that is very unfavorable. So basically, nothing here is helpful at all. And to cap it all off and really make this a seriously problematic period in his life, and by this period I mean July, and especially as we move toward the 3rd week, because that's when Eris stations. And Eris in his chart is parked up in the 9th, squaring his Venus, and will be doing so for years and years and years. But what will happen is twice a year, early in the year, mid-January, and then around the 3rd week of July, year after year, you get a station in approximately these degrees, and this is when it will come to a peak. More likely than not, that is female power, and so we're likely to see another woman surface who will probably bring up something that he is going to dislike. That's in addition to what is known about what Pat Cipollone is going to be revealing. And as for that, meaning the effect of Pat Cipollone, stay tuned for the next video.